to discuss with the Asian secret society about what to do about the planet.
Well, I keep getting email from people as why the hell haven't the ninjas been turned loose to expunge the planet of the small cadre of truly evil malignancies at the top?
Because they control nuclear weapons and they can kill billions of people if you don't negotiate with them. That's why.
All right.
And we're negotiating with them. And the majority of them are now on the side of what I believe to be justice and truth and what's right. We have the British Empire, we have the Vatican now, we have the Slavic peoples. Everybody is kind of lining up against these Zionist scumbags.
So Leo Zagami came to talk to you, but did you actually meet Peter Hans Kolvenbach, the Black Pope himself?
No, I did not meet him. He's still hiding. He pretends to not have power, but, we know that Zagami came to represent him. There's no, I don't know who they think they're fooling at this point. But it was not the Black Pope who came. No. But clearly, Mr. Zagami came to represent the Committee of 300, the Venetian black nobility, who have been the secret rulers of the planet. Now, this is an ancient Middle Eastern cult that they took over the Roman, the Roman Catholic Church attacked them and created Christianity and created a false doctrine. And about 150 years ago, they took back control from the Romans. And so since that time, the Catholic Church has not been a Christian organization. This is the story I'm getting. They worship the sun. They follow this ancient script. Some of them practice human sacrifices and eat fetuses and do really crazy, sick stuff. Only some of them. They believe in hundreds of gods. Some of them are good, some of them are bad, but they're just not what you'd call normal people.
Well, I agree. All right. We only have about, 12 minutes left, and I did want to get your take, being that you are a unique individual in terms of looking at the world economic configuration as it is or isn't now. It is, the IMF today said there will be no full recovery until 2015, which contradicts bombastic Ben and Barkey, who are saying recovery is here. Of course, Americans...
Look, they're telling bald-faced lies, and it's blowing up in their faces. You had a 2 million man march on Washington. You have the world's shipping fleet stopped. They're all anchored off Singapore or Dubai or whatever. Just look at the Baltic Dry Index.
I know.
The cost of shipping. Yeah, it's shipping and trade is stopped.
Dead.
Ground to a halt. They can pump up their Dow. They can manipulate the markets that are U.S.-based all they want, but their lie is blowing up in their face, and they know that their time is limited.
Well, the ships are dead in the water, as they say. Nothing going on.
Yeah.
You're right.
So what I'm hearing is, and knock on wood, cross your fingers, but what's probably going to happen, and we won't believe this until we see it actually happen, but what we're being told, what we're hearing, is that the corporation known as the United States Government Corporation, based in the independent principality of Washington, D.C., and the Federal Reserve Board are going to go bankrupt. And they'll be shut down, and the United States will be returned to constitutional rule. There will be an interim government until you can have a free and fair election. And the rest of the world, the new financial system, will keep, paying the payroll for Social Security and the military and everything else. But they will no longer finance the Washington, D.C. Corporation and all their scumbags. That means most of the Senate, the Congress, the Supreme Court. Well, maybe, there's so many people involved that they may have to be forgiven or something. But the point is that everybody's been bribed, has been lying, and has been participating in this charade, will have to step aside gracefully and accept forgiveness, or else be taken down in a much more aggressive manner. This is what I'm hearing.
All right. Hold on, Ben.
And
We'll...
the dates I've been told by MI6...
Hold the date. Hold the date. We'll build up the drama here.
Yep.
Hold on. We got to pause. We'll get... Okay, back with Ben Fulford. All right, Ben, the dates, please, and revisit that and set it up.
Okay, the end of the U.S. fiscal year, the U.S. corporate government fiscal year, September 30th. They will not be able to make any of their payments. Nobody is accepting their toxic hedge fund waste and their magical numbers in the quadrillions and quintillions. No one's believing their lies anymore. And September 30th will be the date the tree trunk snaps. But what I've been told is that the first branches will hit on October 7th, again October 27th, and then going into November there'll be serious chaos. These people are not going to go quietly. They're not going to go peacefully. They're going to fight to the bitter end. And you can see stuff, you can confirm a lot of this by looking at the news. For example, you have the Zionists were trying to kill Putin and trying to destroy Russia.
Yeah, 8 known assassination attempts.
Yeah, and suddenly they turn around and they say, oh, guess what? You can go ahead and rape Poland and we'll give you a Czechoslovakia, and suddenly they're brown-nosing and they say, we'll do anything you want. It's like they're like a junkie selling off their last bits of property. They're trying to sell military secrets to the Chinese, anything they can to buy time. But nobody is accepting their word anymore. Nobody trusts them, nobody likes them, and they've got no friends anywhere on this planet. That's the situation. So if things really do come true, and again, I will not believe it until I see it with my own eyes, okay? So what I'm being told is that if these lies that we've been told for all these years are uncovered, we may well, in fact, find out that many waves of humans have already left the planet and colonized the galaxy, and that our home planet was enslaved for thousands of years, and only now is being liberated. I'll believe it when I see it, but this is the story I'm hearing. It's so extraordinary, I have trouble. I won't believe it till I see it. But I do know this much, is that, for sure, there is a lot of high technology that has been suppressed. We can have free energy, we can turn the deserts green, we can repair the oceans, we can stop the destruction of the environment, we can do all that as long as we stop spending all of humanity's savings on a giant war machine that creates wars so that people can sell weapons and they can enslave more humans. So that's for sure. I believe that millennia of human slavery is coming to an end and that warfare will end and there will be world peace and enormous harmony. And I'm really, really optimistic. But at the same time, we're not going to let our guard down until these scumbags are out and it's done and it's open. Their entire Zionist corporate lie machine breaks apart.
Well, it's a big machine to break apart, Ben, and let me ask you this. Nature, even artificial nature, abhors a vacuum. So if the Fed and the international banksters and the cartels and the Rothschild empire were to crack, fracture, or otherwise fall apart, what would rush in to fill the gap?
Well, there is a new financial system that has been set up. And it basically, it operates like this. At the very core, okay, here's how you imagine. Imagine there's two people sitting across the table, pointing guns at each other. Okay? And they can either kill each other or they can make love. And if
we're assuming this is a man and
the other side of the table is a beautiful woman, maybe they decide to make love.
Well, yeah,
maybe if a fat man trying to rape them, maybe they decide to fight.
I was assuming it was a man and a woman.
This is the ultimate decision-making process at the heart. In other words, there'll be some high-level, decision-making about what to do next for the human race.
It's always...
And at the end of the day, every single human will have that same choice. Either we go along with the system because we agree with it, or we fight it. That's the basis of the new system.
Well,
and it'll be based on reality. There'll be no more printing numbers and computers and fooling people with magic debt It'll have to be real. It'll
Real
have to
debt.
be based on actual products like wheat, gold, potatoes, stuff that exists in the real world. There'll be no more fantasy finance, no more fantasy economics. That's what is being prepared. And it's all set up. The computers are all there. The gold has been shipped around to back up the honest dollars that were out in the world there.